guys, this is Jahaina from Magic Bookshelf. A lot of you guys wanted me to do a review of Fangirl by Rowell. This book was a really special book to me. It talks about these two girls, Kath and Ren. They are fraternal twins. They have always done everything together, and they even joined the fan fiction fandom or world of Simon Snow. I'm pretty sure Rowell wrote that based on Harry Potter. They both wrote fan fiction, and they have a lot of fans in the fan fiction world. But when they entered university, Ren told Kath that she doesn't want to room with her, and she just wants to explore the world outside of their two-person circle. But Kath was really heartbroken, and that made me really sad. So Kath had a new roommate. Kath would spend all of her days in her room, going to classes and then coming back to her room and writing more fan fiction. She even brought boxes of protein bars because she was too scared to go to the university hall where she can eat and all that. Now you guys might think that she's kind of a loner, but it's not really that. She actually is socially awkward. Now from here you could see some issues that will play along for the rest of the book, and they are her relationship with her sister, which was it was very tough. Honestly, I felt really sorry for Kath, and I completely understood where Ren was coming from. And there's also some issues with her dad, which I thought were really sad, but I love the relationship between Kath and her dad. Now, when I wrote my review from Fangirl, I said that this book has magic, and I don't get to see that in a lot of contemporary books. I wrote 4 points of how to know whether a book has that magic or not. The first point is if your heart is beating way more than its normal heartbeats per minute. The second point is if you're reading a book and then you put it down to do other things, but all you can think about is that specific book. The third point is if you put the book down because you have an overflow of emotions, and the only way to transfer these emotions is if you hug that book. And trust me, I've done that for Fangirl more than once. The fourth and last is if you're reading the book and then you notice that you have less than 100 pages left and your heart falls. It's like, no, I don't want this book to end. I want to read more. And it's like you're trying to read as slow as possible in order to prolong staying in that magical world for as long as possible. Now these 4 points completely apply to Fangirl. Fangirl, honestly, I can't stop fangirling about Fangirl. First of all, talking about the plot, I usually have a problem with plots being too extravagant or dramatic or over the top and have like unbelievably complicated and shocking plot twists. However, Fangirl was simple, realistic, clear, clean. Also, the plot was really relatable to me, and I'm sure to many people who have been part of fandoms over the years, whether it's Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or Harry Potter. You guys would completely relate to this girl, and you just wish the days of when you're like part of the fandom and the books or the movie franchise are still going on. I never got frustrated when I was reading the book because Kath was such an independent thinker, and she was never one of those protagonists or just characters that would make the stupid decisions where you'd be like, dude, that's stupid, you know that's stupid, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be saying that. She was not like that at all, and I really appreciated that. Also, there was a lot of humor in this book, and that came from her roommate as well as her roommate's friend, who is Liv. The banter and the dialogues between those three was so entertaining, and I was cracking up and laughing through most of that. Now, since I mentioned Liv, I just have to point out that he is the love interest in this novel, and he is 21 years old. I am just happy that he's old, and I don't feel weird by crushing on a 16-year-old boy. Liv was just everything I would want in a bookish love interest. He was sweet, he was nice, he was a friend to Kath when she needed a friend, even though she didn't know that she needed one. He was never afraid to tell her the truth, whether it was bad or good, and I really liked the way he looked out for her at the beginning. Even though Kath was a little clueless when it comes to relationships and all that, Liv was very patient. The scenes between those two were just so heartwarming. I just love both of them. I felt like every single character in this book had a reason to be there. There was no unnecessary plot lines, there was no extra characters that you're like, what are they doing there, or why am I reading about them? There's no plot lines where you thought that you don't really want to know what's going on, you just want to skip the pages. So the reason why I love Rainbow Rowell's books is because of how realistic her books are. You feel so invested in her books or in her characters and in their well-being that you want to read as much as possible from this book just because you want to know what's going on, but at the same time you're like, but then I'll be done with the book and I would have nothing left to do or read. Honestly, the only thing I can say right now about this book is that it felt effortless. It felt effortless to read, effortless to fall in love with these characters, effortless to invest in their lives and how the story ended. I gave Fangirl 5 over 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it actually helped you in deciding whether you want to read Fangirl or not, because this book is just pure magic.